Hello, and welcome to Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses, the podcast where you will discover all the latest and greatest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. If you are not getting the results you are looking for from your digital marketing efforts, this is the podcast for you. And now, here's the host of our show, the local business guy himself, Frank Deming.
Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. This is Frank Deming, and this is episode number 23 of Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses. I don't know about you guys, but I am so happy it's Friday. It was a rough week for me this week. Oh, my God. So for those of you who ever wonder, yes, I do my podcasts live and then just put it up. I know a lot of podcasters have a strategy and they prepare it and all that kind of stuff, and they position it and all that. I like to get mine done and upload it the same day. The only time that I can't do that is when I do have a guest. So there's typically pre-recorded, but I know someone was asking me that the other day over the phone. One of my clients was asking if I did that. So I figured out, you know what? If he's asking that, maybe some other people are asking that, or you may not care. Anyway, it's been a rough week, like I said, for me anyway. So I am really happy it's Friday. Show of hands. How many people miss the virtual happy hours? Remember that during the pandemic? So now we can at least do a little bit of happy houring, not as deeply as it was before. At least here, people getting together in small crowds, and it's still warm. It's very warm outside, so people are chilling out outside with a nice cold beer or a nice glass of wine and relaxing. I want to go to the beach this weekend. I'm going to see what's going on. It's really, really, really. I just got to see what's up, because this summer it's flying by for me. I don't know about you guys, but it's flying by for me. Anyway, sorry to keep rambling on here, folks. I want to talk to you guys about something because I did an episode, I think it was episode 16, about marketing in a down economy, I believe it was. And it got a lot of good feedback from a lot of people. So I wanted to touch on that again because some people wanted to talk about maybe some other strategies around that. But I'm going to label this a little differently because the questions I was getting was a little different. But before I get to the topic of today's podcast episode, let's do some house cleaning. As always, guys, if you guys want anything that you want me to teach you on, if there's a strategy you're looking for, is it a LinkedIn strategy? Is there a Facebook strategy? The beauty of online marketing, and this is why I love it so much, is because it's always changing. I'm a guy that gets bored easily. And when I know that something's going to change, like when someone tells me, hey, there's a Google algorithm that's going to change and it's going to affect all your websites. When people freak out, I get excited. I get jazzed because I get a chance to dive in there, look at all my clients' websites with my team and figure out how, if anything, this particular algorithm is going to affect the website. And that's the value add that we have because we do it so you don't have to. But anyway, that's just me. So I'm a little crazy that way. So that's the reason why I enjoy giving these types of podcasts, because I'm able to educate you on certain things that you may or may not know, or even if you do know it, maybe you're not doing it as proficient as possible. So if there is a topic out there that you want us to talk about, you know how to get a hold of us, 888-416-7752, or you can email us at info@lbmsllc.com. Also, if you want to be a guest on our show, you've got a topic that you're an expert on, or you've got some great business ideas that you want to talk about on the show, that's the same way to do it. 888-416-7752 or info@lbmsllc.com. All righty. Got that out of the way. Today's topic of conversations, I want to show you 6 top marketing strategies that you can't afford to ignore in a bad economy. Again, this is a little bit of an extension. Maybe I'm gonna dig a little deeper back to why I think it was episode 16. Don't quote me on that. I gotta look at that, but I know it was around there. If it wasn't 16, it was probably 17. One of those. But it's talking about marketing in a down economy. But here I'm gonna talk to you specifically about 6 top marketing strategies that you can't afford to ignore in a bad economy, because sometimes that episode, if you recall, I was talking about staying active. You got to stay active. You got to be on top of it. Don't be a disappearing act, if you will. This is more about some marketing strategies or practices that you want to make sure you don't ignore. Okay, that's the distinction between the two. So I don't want people to think that I'm regurgitating content or anything like that. I've got a plethora of content to talk about, so I'll never run out of that stuff. I just love this stuff. I don't know if you feel the enthusiasm in me. I don't know if it's because it's Friday or it's because I get a chance to talk to you guys. Anyway, I'm in a silly mood today, guys, as you can tell. Anyway, so here's the deal with this conversation. Times are tough right now. We're getting back. People, think about the job losses that were done this year thus far. Think about the unemployment rate. Yes, we're recovering now, slowly. Some places faster than others. But it's rough. It's still rough. It's not like it was last year. Put it this way, at this time. So times are tough. But there are ways to mitigate the impact on your business, okay? As you understand or listen to this, I'm sure you're currently considering or already have considered the various ways that the economic downturn today could affect your business. I'm sure you've considered this, all right? Or if it's already happening, right? So, and you want to say, what marketing strategies you can keep that can keep you competitive? And I'm going to tell you there are a few. There are 6 anyway. So here we go. So number 1, and I want to this number 1 strategy. I'm going to debunk a theory out there, which I think a good friend of mine, Wendy Schenkel, debunked, but I'm going to re-debunk it. And that is that email marketing is dead. Here's the deal. The number 1 thing that you want to make sure that you're doing in a down or bad economy is you want to make sure that you ramp up email marketing, because it's not dead. Email marketing is a very cost-effective tool that takes little time and delivers content directly to prospects or your current customers, depending on how you have it segmented. If you haven't already started building your list, which I hope the people who are listening to me have been, because I always talk about a list building things. So if you haven't started building a list of both basically your current clients and your prospects, you got to begin doing that now, okay? Because it's very, very powerful tool for you to increase engagement with them, build a relationship with them, and it always increases sales. It just does when done properly, right? And you don't want to forget about automation. When you're doing email marketing, look for tools like ConvertKit, let's say. I like Aweber, but ConvertKit is awesome. Active Campaign, those are other tools, and I'll leave these tools in the show notes. But those are powerful tools that you can always use to further to use email marketing and further increase your relationship with your list. That is such an important thing. Because you want to do it more and more and more when the economy is bad. Okay. So you got to always forget, before I move on to the next thing, I don't want you to forget that good email marketing always includes a planned follow-up sequence. So you cannot give up when your readers don't take action. Okay, so you have to have a planned follow-up sequence, and these tools like ConvertKit, Aweber, etc., have ways to do it, and they even have a great, all of them have great customer service. So if you're having a struggling time with that, you can always call customer service or outsource it to us, and we'll take care of it for you, or any online marketing agency. Okay, so number 2, you want to leverage current clients or customers. It's much easier to keep a customer than to find a new one, especially in a bad economy. That's why it's so critical that in a bad economy, you take good care of your current customers. Okay, but you always have to take care of your customers, always. But in a bad economy, you want to really emphasize how well you value them. And while you're in it, you can make them loyal customers. So you want to offer them a way to maybe a discount service or something like that, or maybe a special gift. I mean, I talk about these things a lot. Special gifts that you may want to give them, etc., etc. But that's why you leverage your current customers. So specifically, you can incentivize your repeat customers with upsells. Okay, you could have some sort of a marketing campaign that's exclusively targeted just for your current customers. This is why you really need an email list. And if you don't have one, shame on you. You got to do it. And last week, actually this week, I talked about text messaging. So that's how you want to rock and roll with all of that, with text messaging, etc. That's another way of doing it outside of email marketing, but you want to leverage your current customers at all times. Okay. So you also want to analyze past success and failure in a bad economy. The reason why you want to do this, you want to make sure that all of your data is on point, is on target with everything. Okay. You want to make sure that you spend time on the stuff that works rather than try something that didn't work in the past. So you want to analyze all your past successes, do more of the successes because you already know it works. It's hard for me to be specific because I don't know your business. But let's just say you ran I do this a lot. I've run contests on Facebook, and it works brilliant. And I could, that's one success. Now another thing that I've done, is rather than contests, I've done surveys on Facebook, and that was terrible. So that's an example that I won't in a bad economy, so I don't want to risk those dollars. So I'm going to lean towards the contest ad, because I'm going to spend some dollars to generate some business. I'd rather lean towards the contest ads, and not the survey ads, if that makes sense. Okay. Number 4, you want to optimize your website. This goes without saying. You want to you want to make sure that your SEO, you want to re-engage with your SEO. SEO always helps you position as a credible and strong business. Okay. And it it puts you above the competition in your industry always. If your customers can find you quickly with a Google search, they assume you're the best option for their needs. It just is. So SEO is important. On the other hand, if your business doesn't appear on the first page on the search results, you can just forget about customers finding you. That's just the way it works. So the question of the day: how do you optimize for SEO? Here's the deal: SEO is not a trivial thing. It's not something that's easy to explain. However, I'm going to give you some tips. You got to determine which keywords or string of words that your customers use to conduct a Google search. So you got to put yourself on your customer's shoes. You need to use, then you weave those keywords in your website content. Your blog article content, somewhere in your URLs, your picture alt tags, your subheadings, etc., etc. You want to sprinkle it through everywhere on your page. Of course, SEO can be, pretty complicated, like I said. So if you want to move beyond the basics, you can take an SEO course or hire someone who knows about how to make your company stand out. Okay, that's very important. But those are the basics that I taught you. If you can just do those basics, depending on the level of competitors that you have in your area, that could be what is that could be either a win-win for you if you do it correctly, or like I said, you may want to hire a company to do that. Number 5, you want to ask for reviews and testimonials. You should always do this anyway. This should be something that you do on a regular basis, but especially in a bad economy. Okay. You have customers, you have happy customers. Ask for reviews and testimonials. Do it in a slick way. Do it in an incentivized way. I talk about incentivized marketing in other podcasts. Look that up or whatever. But do it in an incentivized way, because sometimes people don't do something for nothing. It is what it is. That's the human nature. You're not going to give you something for nothing. It's just the way it is, unfortunately. So always do that. Okay. Number 6 is you want to remarket to prior visitors. This is a key element. I mentioned Facebook earlier. Facebook and also Google does this. You want to be able to remarket or retarget. Everybody has a different term for this thing. The visitors. So when you have the right pixels, the Google Tag Manager, the Google Analytics, all of the stuff that allow you to track your visitors correctly, you can do this easily. And the beauty about having remarketing done is that only targets people who have been to your site already, and your cost per conversion, your cost per click, your cost per everything goes way down. And that's what you want, especially in a down economy. Okay. So those are the practices that I would recommend that you do when it's a bad economy, because it's very effective. I have done all of these. Again, I don't recommend something that I have not done myself. So just before I before I reiterate everything, I want to make sure that everyone has gotten a value out of this, okay? And I want you guys to at least take action on some of these things. Take one or two of these strategies that I've talked to you about today and implement. Ask questions or whatever. You can give us a call. I'll give you a free consultation on it. Or if you have a digital marketer that you understand, go to them. It doesn't matter. But you got to do stuff like this at all times. Make it a habit. Make it a practice. It shouldn't be just done in a bad economy. I just happen to do it like this because we're in a bad economy, But these are practices that you should have all the time. So I'm going to reiterate these 6 strategies. Number 1, you want to ramp up your email marketing. Email marketing is not dead. Okay, when done correctly, email marketing could be very lucrative. Number 2, you want to leverage current customers. By that, what I explained earlier is, keep in contact with them. Give them some, show them love, show them, the stuff that, discount some of their prices that you've done. Okay, that's number 2. And again, you want to do this all the time anyway. Number 3, you want to analyze past success and failures. You want to do this because you don't want to repeat bad things and you want to do more of the good things. Number 4, you want to optimize your website for SEO. SEO is a powerful tool. The reason why SEO is so powerful is because it's a long-term solution. It's a long-term marketing practice. So when done correctly, whether the economy is down or up, it doesn't matter. You're showing up. Number 5, you want to ask for reviews and testimonials. There's power in asking, folks. And number 6, last but definitely not least, you want to remarket to prior visitors. When someone visits your website, you want to make sure that you're on top of them all the time so they remember, oh, that's right, I did visit this site. So there you have it, folks. Those are the 6 strategies that I recommend. Once again, if there's any questions about this episode or any other episode that we've had in my podcast series, you know how to get a hold of us, 888-416-7752 or info@lbmsllc.com. So until next Wednesday, remember guys, I'm changing. I'm doing Wednesdays and Fridays now, not just Fridays. So till next Wednesday, I will see you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank God it's Friday. I get a chance to really relax, kick back, and go to the beach. I hope you guys do something fun out there as well. So till next Wednesday, take care, folks, and bye for now.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses, the podcast where you will discover all the latest and greatest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. Don't forget, any links that were mentioned during the broadcast will be available to you in the show notes, so be sure to grab them while you have the chance. Incidentally, if you have any topics that you would like for us to discuss on the show, be sure to send an email to the email provided in the show notes, or click the Contact Us link and let us know what topic you would like us to help you with, and we'll be sure to add it to our schedule. If you would like for Frank and his team to look at your digital marketing presence and give you a free evaluation, simply click the Request a Free Consultation link in the show notes to get a hold of them. That being said, until our next episode, make it a successful digital marketing day. Peace out.